Hi everybody, today I want to come to you and try to make one of my #1 nemesis, pie crust. I am not good at pie crust. My grandmas, my aunts, my mom was all good at pie crust. I am not good. And I found this recipe actually on TikTok and I thought, well, let's give it a try. Let's see what we can do. So I am going to use our Flex Plus. I'm going to use the food processor part of our Flex Plus to put this together, and let's see what happens here. So let's open this guy up, and our first thing is we need to start with some flour, 2.5 cups of flour. And you know that the best way to do your flour is by measuring. So we're going to use our scale here. We need 2.5 cups. A cup of flour weighs 120 grams. So that means we need 300 grams total. Let's make sure we're on grams. We're not, we're on ounces. And that's where this is nice because you can switch it from grams to pounds to ounces and just swing it on around here. So we want about 300 grams, and that'll give us 2 cups or 2.5 cups of flour. So let's give that a go here. Almost there. 287. 295, 300 grams. Okay, so we have our 2.5 cups of flour, and we're just going to dump it right down in to the food processor here. And we'll set this guy off to the side. Then we need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So let's put our 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We need 2 tablespoons, oh, I forgot to grab the sugar, of sugar. So 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now I did know, my grandma always taught me that when you're working with pie dough, the butter and the water need to be really, really cold. So I have 16 tablespoons of butter that I cut into little pats. So I have that in the fridge. I'm going to grab that out of the fridge. And we're going to drop our little pats of butter, and you can see and that's 2 whole sticks of butter is what we have going on in here. So we're going to just drop those right down in. The butter's nice and cold, and I just cut it up into tiny little pats of butter. Super cold. I didn't have it sitting out. It's not soft. You just want it nice and cold. So we have our 2.5 cups of flour. I'm just going to review for myself. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then we have, as I throw it, where did it go? It's just for me, so we'll throw it in there. 16 tablespoons of cold butter. We're gonna line this up. If we get it on here correctly, let's find my line-ups here. Line this little guy on, nice and tight, just like that. Then we're going to put our power stick on, and then the last to the party is always going to be our battery. And then your unlock switch is under here. We're going to turn it up as high as it'll go, and it says pulse 16 times at 1-second intervals. Oops, I guess we got to turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, that's it for that step. Then we're going to unlock this little guy. This is kind of what it looks like right now. Okay, get it up there so you can see. And then we need to add 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of cold ice water. So I just had some water sitting here with some ice in it. I'm going to knock these ice cubes out so I don't get them in the way here. And I'm going to measure my 1/2 cup of water. Pour it in. Plus my 2 tablespoons of cold water, and then we're going to lock this guy right back on again, and we're going to pulse it again 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whoops, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're gonna hold it for a few minutes, and we don't want to overmix is the thing. We want it to just look crumbly, like little peas. So you want to see kind of this butter going down in. You want to see it getting crumbly. There we go. Got to work through all that. Okay, so then what we're going to do, because the key thing is you don't want to overmix anything and you want it to be all crumbly, is we're going to take 2 tea towels, 2 clean tea towels, and we're going to divide this dough onto these 2 clean tea towels. So we're going to put half of that on there, and we're going to put the other half on here, kind of eyeball it, and we're going to finish the mixing on the tea towel. Okay, so kind of gather it up just like this, finish the mixing on here, and it lets you turn it over then and kind of make it into a nice round disc. Look at that. Open it up, so that what you're doing is you're leaving that butter in there, but you're not really over mixing everything, because she said she learned this from a French pastry chef. That is your #1 enemy in your pie dough, is that people over mix it. This one might be a little bit bigger. So you're going to finish mixing just like this. Bring everything together, flip it over, make it into its little flat round disc, flip it back over, just like that. Finish forming it in your disc, just like this. And then I'm going to wrap them both up into some saran wrap, throw them in the fridge, let them chill for about an hour, roll them out, and I have my pie dough. So how stinking super easy was that? So I can't wait to roll them out. I'm going to make some hand pies with them, and then you guys will get to see the results. So super easy pie dough. Maybe I'm actually going to be successful this time. Perfect. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye-bye.